the greatest power we have isn't knowing all the answers, but being brave enough to say, maybe. Hey, it's Darcy from Ladies First, and today we're talking about Mamma Mia and how it celebrates the radical act of embracing uncertainty as a woman's greatest strength. On the sun-soaked Greek island of Kalokiri, 20-year-old Sophie Sheridan is about to marry her fiancé Sky, but she's harboring a secret that could change everything. After discovering her mother Donna's old diary, Sophie learns she could have any of 3 fathers, and she's secretly invited all of them to her wedding, hoping one will walk her down the aisle. The 3 potential fathers are Sam Carmichael, a charming architect, Bill Anderson, a free-spirited travel writer, and Harry Bright, a proper British banker. Each had a passionate summer romance with Donna 21 years ago, but none of them know about Sophie's existence. Meanwhile, Donna Sheridan, now a single mother running a crumbling villa, is preparing for her daughter's wedding when she's shocked to see her 3 former lovers arrive on the island. Donna's world is turned upside down as she's forced to confront her past. And so the film presents us with a radical idea. What if a woman's mistake was actually her greatest triumph? In most films, Donna's situation would be presented as a cautionary tale or a source of comedy at her expense. Instead, the film embraces a gleefully upbeat tone that treats her summer of passion as exactly what it was, a young woman living fully and fearlessly. When Donna discovers the 3 men in her goat house, she's understandably shaken. She confides in her best friends Tanya and Rosie that she truly doesn't know which man fathered Sophie, and this confession isn't presented as shameful, but as honest. The film's genius lies in how it maintains this celebratory energy throughout, refusing to shame Donna for her choices while never losing its emotional core. The 3 men's reactions reveal everything about how the film subverts typical narratives. Sam still carries deep feelings for Donna and reveals he had ended his engagement to find her, only to discover she'd left with another man. Bill shares stories of Donna's adventurous spirit. Harry treasures their friendship. None of them judge her or compete for dominance. They recognize that knowing Donna, even briefly, enriched their lives. When Donna attempts to comfort Sophie and offers to cancel the wedding, she reveals that her own mother disowned her for getting pregnant. But instead of perpetuating shame, Donna tells Sophie she could not be more proud of having her. This breaks the cycle of judgment that often passes from mother to daughter. The film's most subversive moment comes when the 3 men agree they don't want paternity confirmed. They choose to share fatherhood rather than compete for it. The traditional nuclear family model gets replaced with something richer and more generous, love that multiplies rather than divides. Sophie starts her journey believing she needs to identify her biological father to know who she is. She's 20, engaged, and desperate for certainty about her identity and future. When she sails around Kalokiri with the 3 men on Bill's boat, she hears stories of Donna's carefree youth and sees different aspects of herself in each potential father. At her bachelorette party, Sophie talks with each man alone, and when she explains that Bill's great-aunt Sophia provided the money for Villa Donna, she becomes convinced he's her father. She asks him to walk her down the aisle, but even this certainty doesn't bring her the peace she expected. The film's genius lies in how Sophie's quest for paternal identity becomes a journey towards self-acceptance. When she angrily tells Donna she wants to avoid her mother's mistakes, we see how society's judgment has poisoned even Sophie's view of her own origin story. But the 3 men offer her something revolutionary. They don't compete for the title of real father. Instead, they agree to each be 1/3 of a father. The breakthrough comes when Sophie realizes she doesn't need biological validation to know who she is. At the chapel, facing the biggest decision of her young life, she makes the most radical choice possible. She suggests to Sky that they postpone their wedding and travel the world instead. Sophie's decision isn't about rejecting love, but about choosing uncertainty over security, adventure over convention, questions over predetermined answers. She's learned from Donna that saying, "I don't know what comes next," can be the most empowering statement a woman can make. This moment speaks to every woman who's felt pressured to follow a timeline that doesn't fit her truth. The film presents us with a fresh concept of family that goes far beyond blood relations, brought to life by an incredible ensemble cast that makes every relationship feel authentic. Meryl Streep brings infectious energy to Donna while grounding her in real emotion. She's the heart that makes this unconventional story believable. Donna, Tanya, and Rosie's friendship spans decades, and the chemistry between Streep, Christine Baranski, and Julie Walters makes their bond feel genuine rather than forced. These women supported each other through divorces, career changes, and life's unexpected turns. They're proof that chosen family can be stronger than biological ties. Tanya embodies financial independence and refuses to apologize for her multiple marriages. She's wealthy, confident, and unapologetically enjoys her freedom. Rosie chose a different path entirely, remaining single, pursuing her passions, and finding fulfillment outside traditional relationship structures. Neither woman is presented as incomplete or cautionary. They're examples of authentic living. Amanda Seyfried's Sophie perfectly captures that 20-something desperation to have life figured out, making her journey toward embracing uncertainty even more powerful. Her scenes with Streep showcase two generations of women learning from each other rather than competing. When Harry reveals he's gay, the film adds another layer to its celebration of unconventional choices. His coming out isn't treated as dramatic revelation, but as another form of self-acceptance. Like the women in the story, he's choosing to live his truth rather than conform to others' expectations. The cast's commitment to the material, even Pierce Brosnan's famously imperfect singing, shows us that perfection isn't the point, joy is. The Greek island setting isn't just gorgeous scenery, it's symbolic of what happens when women step outside societal constraints. On Calicari, normal rules don't apply. Single mothers run successful businesses. Middle-aged women dance on tables without irony, and uncertainty is celebrated rather than feared. But here's where the film really shines. The ABBA soundtrack isn't just background music, it's the driving force of the entire story. Each song elevates every scene and becomes a character in itself. The music doesn't feel forced into the narrative, because it is the narrative. When Donna breaks into Mamma Mia, she's not just singing, she's processing 20 years of complex emotions in real time. ABBA's energetic songs become anthems of female experience. Dancing Queen celebrates aging women's right to joy and visibility. Mamma Mia transforms romantic confusion into empowerment. I Have a Dream becomes Sophie's declaration of independence. The music gives these women permission to take up space, be loud, and express emotions that society often tells them to contain. The film suggests that sometimes we need to literally step outside conventional spaces and maybe sing at the top of our lungs to discover who we really are. Donna found her power by sailing away from expectations. Sophie finds hers by choosing adventure over convention. The island becomes a place where women can be fully themselves, passionate, uncertain, joyful, and gloriously free. Mamma Mia offers us something profound disguised as a feel-good musical. The idea that women's greatest strength lies not in having all the answers, but in being brave enough to embrace life's beautiful uncertainties. Donna's gift to Sophie isn't certainty about her father's identity, but something far more valuable: the confidence to build an extraordinary life around her own choices. The film transforms what society might judge as a mistake into a source of joy, connection, and freedom. In a world that constantly demands women prove their worth through perfect choices and clear life plans, Mamma Mia celebrates the power of maybe. Maybe we don't need to choose between passion and security. Maybe family looks different for everyone. Maybe the most authentic life is the one where we're brave enough to keep dancing with uncertainty instead of demanding definitive answers. The film reminds us that some of life's greatest adventures begin with "I don't know," and that's not a weakness to overcome, but a strength to celebrate. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is embrace the gleeful chaos of an unplanned life and sing our hearts out while we figure it out. Have you ever found strength in uncertainty? Let me know in the comments. And if you love celebrating fearless women in film, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Ladies First.